Hello everyone. I am Meghana PS, Assistant Professor in Commerce, Government First Grade College, Bharamsagra. I am discussing the subject Financial Markets and Services under that module number 4 Non-Banking Financial Intermediaries. In this session, I am discussing about various types of lease and their features. Objective of this session is to know about the types of leasing, and by the end of this session you are able to understand the types of leases. Let's take a quick recap of previous session. In the previous session we discussed about the differences between lease finance and hire purchase. They differ in point of ownership, reporting, maintenance, tax benefits, and so on. And we also discussed the advantages of leasing and as well as disadvantages of leasing. Let's start this session. The types of lease. There are 5 types of lease. First one is financial lease, operating lease, sale and lease back, leverage lease, sales aid leasing. Let's see one by one. Meaning of financial lease. A lease is considered as financial lease if the lessor intends to recover his capital outlay plus the required rate of return on funds during the period of lease. This is also known as capital lease. In case of financial lease, the intention of the lessor is to recover the cost of an asset plus the return for the funds which is invested for that assets over a period of time. In case of a lessee, he wants to own the asset but he does not have enough money. At that time he will go for financial lease. So by providing a lower lease rentals for substantial long period of time, he can use that asset with a lesser amount. So the lessees want to use the asset at a lower rental. Lessor wants his capital outlay with return. At that time, the financial lease is beneficial for both the parties. Features of financial lease. Lessee will use and have control over the asset without holding the title of it. Here the owner will be lessor, but the asset is used for long period of time. So for that purpose, or the control of the asset will be with the lessee itself. Lessee acquires most of the economic values associated with the outright ownership of the asset, which means the asset's warranty and guarantees are used by a lessee, and lessee is expected to pay for upkeep and maintenance of the asset. In case of financial lease, the maintenance and repair of an asset has to be paid by the lessee itself. And the lease agreement is irrevocable, means which cannot be cancelled or taken back. So financial lease cannot be taken back. Only title deeds remains with the lessor. So the ownership remains with the lessor, whereas the possession is with the lessee. Usually 90% of the fair value of the asset is recovered by the lessor as lease rentals, and the lease period is 75% of the economic life of the asset. Say for example, the life of an asset is 10 years, means the lease period will be 7.5 years. And most of the, that is 90% of the cost of asset is recovered by the lessor as lease rentals from the lessee. Next type of lease is operating lease. In operating lease is generally for short term, whereas financial lease is for long term, whereas operating lease is for short term, where the lessor is usually the manufacturer of an asset. But in case of financial lease, it is not mandatory that he is the manufacturer of the asset. But in case of operating lease, it is of short term, as well as the lessor will be the manufacturer, and who wants to increase his sales by allowing the customer to pay in installments for a short term. So to increase his sales, the manufacturer will become the lessor, and he provides his asset or goods to the lessees in installment, paying the amount in installment basis for a short term. And ultimately, the title of the asset will be transferred to the lessee on making the full payment. After paying full amount, the lessee will become the owner of the asset. But in case of financial lease, it has to be returned to the lessor. When operating lease is preferred means this lease is preferred when the long-term suitability of asset is uncertain, which means when high technology goods are manufactured, at that time the technology is changing rapidly, so it may become outdated. So for that purpose, so it need to be used immediately. So to avoid the risk of obsolescence, operating lease is preferred. Let's see features of operating lease. Lease agreement gives to the lessee only a limited right to use the asset. In operating lease agreement, the rights of the lessee is very limited. In some cases, the lessor keeps the title of the goods and continues to lease the asset to other party until the life of the asset is completed. In some case of operating leases, the manufacturer may provide his asset to one party to another party without selling the product. The lessor will enjoy the depreciation claim, and the lessee will show his lease rentals and asset maintenance expenses as business expenditure. Here, the lessor will claim the depreciation of an asset to his income, whereas lessee will charge the lease rental against the income. At the end of life of the asset, it will be sold off by the lessor to get the salvage value. When the operating lease where the manufacturer is not selling his product, at that time he will take back the asset and he will sell to other parties to get the salvage value benefit. Next kind of leasing is sale and lease back. As the name only suggests, they sell the product, sell the asset, and again they will take the same asset to on lease basis. So this method of financing an asset is also popular when the lessee is in liquidity problem. He can sell the asset to the leasing company and takes it back on lease. Means when the lessee is in liquidity problem, that is he does not have a liquid cash, at that time he may sell the asset which is already owned by him to the lessor company, and then he will take the same asset on lease from that company. That is what it is called as sale and lease back. They sell the asset and take the same asset on the lease finance system. Let's see the features of sale and leaseback. Lessee first purchases the equipment of his choice and then sell it to the lessor firm. So first, lessee is going to purchase the asset and then he is going to sell that asset to a lessor. Lessor in turns leases out the asset to the same lessee. So who sold that asset to that same person, the asset is given for use on lease basis. Lessee can satisfy himself completely regarding the quality of the asset because he only purchased that asset. So he can satisfy himself with regard to the quality of an asset. The lessor gets the tax credit for depreciation because the owner is the lessor itself. So he will get the tax benefit with regard to depreciation. Improve the liquidity position of the lessee. So he can get, by selling the asset, he will get the cash, so it improves his liquidity position. So this is about the sale and lease back. Next type of leasing is leverage sales. Leverage sales is used for financing those assets which require huge capital outlay. The leverage lease agreement involves three parties, namely the lessor, the lessee, and the financier. In case of leverage lease, it is preferred when the asset requires huge amount of investment. At that time, leverage lease is opted. So in the leverage lease, there will be three parties. In common lease, we have two parties, like namely lessor and lessee. In case of leverage lease, we have three parties: lessor, lessee, and financier. In this system, the lessor acquires the asset as per the terms of lease agreement, but only part of the total investment. So as per the agreement, the lessor is going to purchase an asset, but he is going to invest only portion of amount. The balance is provided by the financiary in the form of loan to the lessor. Because it involves huge capital outlay, the lessor gets loan from the financier and he purchases the asset. The loan is secured by mortgage of the asset besides assignment of the leased rentals. So while getting the loan from financier, so it is a mortgage, that is they are going to mortgage the asset against the lease rental payments. And here the lessor entitled to 100% allowance of depreciation, because lessor will be the owner of the asset, just he financed it through loan, that's all. So for that purpose, the depreciation is charged or deductible in case of lessor itself, and interest expenses related to lessor borrowings are also tax deductible. Depreciation can also be charged, and as well as the interest payment paid by the lessor to the financier is also charged, and it can be tax deductible. The last type of leasing is sales aid leasing. Sales aid and helping the sales. So here a leasing company will enter into an agreement with the seller or a manufacturer of an asset, wherein what is the agreement between those two parties? To market the product through its leasing operation. Here also we can see the three persons. One is manufacturer, lessor, and lessee. Here lessor enters into agreement with a manufacturer that he is going to sell his products on lease basis, and also he will have a contract with a lessee. The leasing company will also get commission for such sales, which add up to its profits. So by entering this kind of leasing, so the lessor company will get commission from the manufacturer by selling their product on the lease basis. Summary of these sessions goes like this. There are 5 types of lease. Financial lease, which is preferred when lessee wants to own the asset but does not have enough money, and operating lease is preferred when the asset is have a risk of outdatedness, that is obsolescence. And sale and lease is popular where it solves the problem of liquidity for an lessee. And the leverage lease is used when the capital outlay for an asset is huge in nature. And sale aid leasing is helpful for the manufacturer to sell his products. These are the references for your further readings. I hope you understood the types of leasing. Thank you all.